Yo, 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 what it do, people? What it do? Welcome back to NWO Podcast, the Nerd World Order Podcast, the podcast that is just too sweet.
Too sweet.
It's your boy Dougie Fresh, aka Hollywood Trippy, and I'm back with the bro.
Of course, it's your boy Jake Exclusive. What's happening, Trippy? What's going on, my man?
Nothing, just ready to talk a little bit of wrestling.
Wrestling, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. We had some an interesting week, man. An interesting week. We had some AEW Dynamite. We had some, SmackDown. We had some NXT. We had some randomness and some here. We had the return of another show.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of fun wrestling stuff going on, man. But
wrestling stuff.
But man, how was your fantastic weekend? Besides the goddamn cold and the snow and the bullshit.
This motherfucking Elsa just came and slapped me in the face with a blizzard. It's been interesting, adjusting to the abundance of snow that we've had in the recent times. It feels like the snow was not here and I was here. And
I was on my way to work on Friday when the snow started coming down, and it was literally snowing sideways, and I was gonna text you, it's snowing sideways.
Bro, I was at work, and like the office started to go home. Like my plant manager left. I'm like, dog, so it's just me and the shop floor. I'm like, bro, let's go. Like this is like
let's just go home. Let's just go home.
Like they had already canceled second shift. I'm like, dog, no. I'm like, I'm not gonna be that guy. Keep y'all here for an hour. Like, no, let's go. Let's get by
for an hour. Yeah, I'd have been like, yeah, y'all can go home.
Let's go. Let's get.
Y'all could beat that. Y'all could beat that little bit of traffic.
Like, man, let's get up out of here. Call it one. Y'all enjoyed the weekend.
Hey, man. I mean. I'm sure you sent some people home, so wouldn't nobody get hurt. Be stuck in traffic, getting into accidents, getting hurt, nothing like that.
The roads in Milwaukee are like crap.
Dog, I almost died. I'm not even lying. I physically almost died on Friday in my work truck. I'm not even when I say I'm not even exaggerating, I probably would have had to change my drawers and my pants, bro. I was that close to dying.
Oh my goodness!
Like I was getting off the freeway, heading up to my last couple of deliveries, and I was in the left lane of the freeway exit because I had to make that left, and I got into the left lane and hit my brakes a little bit to start slowing down even slower than I already was going because it's snowing on the freeway, so I was going about 30, 35, 40 maybe. I tapped on them brakes, my whole truck said, nah, bro, you're going to the right. And I was about, I don't know, maybe like 6 feet away from hitting the freeway sign.
Oh my goodness.
Head on with my truck.
Oh my goodness.
And then if I would have done that, bro, I already knew what was gonna happen. I was gonna hit the fucking freeway sign and I was gonna swing back and go backwards right off the fucking freeway. It was gonna be over with.
Oh my
I was gonna be dunzo.
Oh my goodness.
I text my family after I got to my next delivery. I was like, and my brother was like, you gotta change your drawers, don't you?
Yeah, good old Hey, I feel like, man, that's tough.
It's fucked up because luckily there was the cars behind me were far enough behind me that it didn't matter. But the one guy was a good Samaritan. He pulled up right next to me after we got off the freeway and he was like, you all right? I'm like, yeah. He was like, I'm just letting you know that if something would have happened, I was gonna stay here and make sure you was all right because none of that shit was your fault. All you did was hit a patch of ice because I hit that same patch. I'm like, oh shit. I'm glad it wasn't just me thinking I was bad driving or something because hey, it is what it is.
Man, all it takes is one patch of ice, man. I hit a patch of ice going to work one year.
Bro.
Dog, and spun the fuck out.
Bro, I spun out when I used to live out in Oak Creek, bro. I spun out twice on the freeway 2 days in a row in the same spot because the roads were so icy. I was pissed. But man, the WWE, man.
Hey man, so we were talking about this on the before the show started. But R-Truth is a national gem, man. I love R-Truth.
He is something you just cannot. You can't. His level of comedy is something that you can't even try to do. Like he just naturally does it, and it just Like, bro, when I text you and Mike yesterday, the fucking Tom and Nick, bro, I was fucking
Oh, God, I
dying.
was dying when I heard it live, bro. I was like, he's like, yeah, I even got something for Tom and Nick.
He said I got something for Tom and Nick, but I couldn't find Nick on Facebook. Like, bro,
Is Nick all right? Like, what?
and Damian Priest couldn't hold character to save his life.
He is so like that's his job, man. His job is to make people break character.
Doug, and it's so funny how you got this dude who's so unserious in this serious group. Like, it's so funny.
Man, and then like they do such a good job at incorporating him so that he can actually wrestle and showcase his skills. It's like the matches make sense.
Yeah, it's
And then
it's
we
so
get
funny, man.
a reunion of Awesome Truth, which is never a bad thing.
Yeah, no, it's insane, dude. Like, I don't understand how. Like, I just want to know where this level of funny comes from because he's just built different.
I'm pretty sure he's one. I'm pretty sure he's one of the top selling merch too.
No, they said he's already outselling. He said he's outselling John Cena in merch right now,
That's crazy.
which is wild when you
That's
think about it.
insane. That's insane.
Because it's like, it's crazy, like, to think about. Just the, like, you're outselling. I mean, granted, John Cena not wrestling anymore, but he still sells merch. I mean, the Austin 316 T-shirt still sells,
Yeah.
and to outsell them dudes in merch is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's insane. Like, I don't know if I'll ever. He's just a national treasure. I'm so glad they brought him back. Like,
Yeah.
them bringing him back was easily the best thing that could have happened, man. He's so good. He just gets the best out of everybody too, and he makes you take wrestling serious, but also understand that, like, it's still entertainment at the end of the day.
Right.
See, his level of comedy works for me. Like, I like his level of comedy. I know you always like to be sports entertained, but you like to be entertained in ways that don't be funny.
Bro,
Or you think dumb shit is funny.
that is a trash take. Because man, when you partake in the special flower as often as the one does, I mean sometimes
That's fair.
shit is funny.
That makes more things funny. That makes more things funny. You're right. The special flowers make things funny. You're right. I can't knock that.
But even then, I like to be sports entertained. I absolutely love to be sports entertained. I love goofy shit.
Uh-oh. We have a special guest.
Goofy wrestling for life.
Come here. We have a special guest. You want to come say hi? You want to come say hi?
Hi.
Say, go, Pack, go.
Pack, go.
Yeah.
Got a special guest on the...
Go. Gang.
Yeah. Yeah, man. All right, go upstairs. Go upstairs. Dada's recording. Supposed to be your bedtime. Sorry, chat.
Go Pack, go, Luca.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying with your level of comedy, though, man. Andy says, "Go Pack, go." Love to see it. Shout out to Andy. What's up, dog? Looking forward to Saturday again, watching the game. Since somebody didn't show up, we ain't gonna say no names.
I blame Brittany. She knows.
Imagine blaming the wife. Love it.
Hey, man.
I get it. I understand. It's fair. But nah, man, our truth is just to get back on topic. I'm sorry. We had that, that was a tripsition. A tripsition.
Don't blame it on me.
Definitely don't blame. Hey, I can't blame it on my son. My lady get mad at me.
You can't blame Luca for that either. But no, man, our truth dog, like he's just like he's good at whatever they give him.
Yeah.
Those type of workers that really enjoy what they do, and you can see it, how it's portrayed on screen like that. Like I will always buy into that. I will mark out every time. Every time.
No, I get it, dude. He's 51 years old. He don't look like it either.
No, black don't crack, man. Black don't crack. Black don't crack.
Man, I swear. Like, Isn't there like pictures of him with like Tupac and stuff like that?
Yeah, I had Tupac
Like,
and Snoop Dogg and
It's
Biggie,
like,
like, cause he used to be a rapper. He was a
dude,
rapper.
his
in his past
one of
life.
his wrestling names used to be R. Ziggler.
That's wild. That's wild. I remember when he was K Quick.
K Quick. Yep.
Like that's how I was introduced to him.
I remember I made him on WrestleMania 2000 because that's around the time when him and Road Dogg did when Road Dogg went to try to do his own thing away from Billy Gunn,
Yeah,
and it was I can't remember what their tag team name was, but it was like him and Road Dogg were like a rapping group or whatever, obviously,
yeah,
and they wore like orange jumpsuits and shit.
yep. And K Quick would always rap on the
Yep.
intro.
Yep. It was too funny, man. Like, just the idea of how long he's been around. And to be honest, I thought he was a little older than 51. I thought he was like 55, 56. He only 51. But I mean, shit, he looks good for 51.
Hey, he can still go too, man.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, shit, some guys are wrestling main events in their 50s. So,
Yeah.
Ric Flair.
And as long as they built the match correctly, like you can really do anything with anybody.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Right, so that's
But,
the good thing about
yeah, man. I mean,
WWE with all of their the talent that they have both on screen and behind the screens. They can put together a good match. All the producers that they have. But sometimes they can't stop injuries, though, man. They can't stop injuries.
No, I was gonna say, man, they the injury bug be on them, man. It's I don't understand it.
They ain't got bit hard.
I mean, we definitely didn't report it a couple weeks ago, but I mean, Charlotte's injury.
Yeah, Charlotte.
That was
they said she's out 9 months now.
9 months.
That's crazy. And, like she just came back.
Yeah.
Like, she just gave screen time again.
Yeah, it was in that match against Asuka, right?
Yeah.
She did was like the moonsault through outside or something like that.
No, I see so many different theories when it comes to it. I saw that it was like a springboard in the ring. Because I did see that it was a moonsault to the outside.
It does. It says it's not for sure which moonsault it was, but it was one of the moonsaults where that injured her legs.
Yeah.
So it says that she's projected to be back around fall 2024. So yeah, about 9 months. That makes sense.
9 months around my birthday.
Yep.
What's in 9 months? What's around there?
So it says she's projected to miss. Obviously, she's gonna miss WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and perhaps some major events after that too. Ooh.
So maybe just in time for Survivor Series.
Survivor Series War Games final member.
Yeah. Again. Yeah. Because didn't she just do that?
No, she was just part of the match, but she wasn't a surprise teammate.
That was it Becky? Becky was the final member.
Becky was the final member. That was last year's War Games.
Yeah.
Not this past year, but the year before that. Yeah, you're right. She was a surprise because she came back from her. Was that when she came back from being pregnant?
No. She came back because it was versus the Damage Control.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Good call.
Sometimes I do that. Sometimes
you be right about some stuff. It is what it is. But nah, man, yeah.
But how do you think that hurt her? I mean, obviously it hurt her because it's injury.
Well, she's hurt, so yeah, it hurt her.
No, like
I know what you mean.
The momentum she had, because I mean, she was just now, I think, really building up more momentum. I mean, but it's Charlotte, right? Charlotte always has momentum.
Yeah. I would say it hurts the company more than it hurts her. Because I feel like she was kind of stagnant. Like, she just came back. I really don't know if they had, like, major plans for her. Like, I don't know if they had any, like, WrestleMania main event plans for her. She's probably going to be in the Rumble. She's probably going to be one of the final members of the Rumble if she was in it. Because that's usually not how the top four goes. They usually have, like, 3 of the top stars and somebody you wouldn't expect to be in the top 4 type of situation. Or 4 of the main stars.
Yeah, because right now they already laid out the three of the top four. They've already said it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Becky,
Becky,
Bianca, Bailey,
Becky, Bianca, and Bailey, and probably
Liv Morgan.
yeah, because Naya's gonna get eliminated by somebody eventually. But
Oh,
I mean, yeah, it just sucks that she's gonna. It does seem like she was coming back. I mean, obviously Andrade. Now the plan is apparently he's gonna be coming back. So it'd have been cool to see if like they would have done kind of a faction deal. But yeah, it's
Final Four.
yeah. That's Toriano says Jade Cargill.
I thought about. I think I said that last episode last week.
I think you did. You did. You said that it was going to be. I remember we talked about it and we put out scenarios in our heads about maybe she shows up and she doesn't win but gets like I don't know like cocky and gets eliminated like and just kind of puts on a smile as she gets eliminated like damn they got the best of me type of thing.
Yeah, it gets eliminated to get a story to set up a WrestleMania match.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Something that'll build a storyline for her
Yeah.
so she can get her big WrestleMania moment. That's really what it comes down to, right? What they've been training so hard for her is to give her that WrestleMania moment her first year. That's the standout.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, she's definitely the one to. She's the long-term project. I feel like as far as just her ability.
No,
obviously she's not ready yet, but I could see. Maybe not even this. Maybe towards the end of this year, early next year is when she's really going to get her run. I feel like, because as impressive looking as she is physically, she's still got a lot to learn in the ring.
Well, we don't know how well she's been progressing though, because
that's true. That's true. We haven't seen her. I know that there's like random clips here and there that there's random clips that gets. Partially here and there, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, because she was, what was it, the heart transition that she was doing?
Yeah.
She snapped with that.
Yeah, no, she's athletic enough to have raw talent. I mean, it's just some people got to learn it. It's like everything. I mean, you don't some people can naturally do it, but also those people that come day one naturally ready, you don't know how much training they had behind the scenes. And she legit was just a physical specimen who showed up on AEW with no real wrestling training.
This is true.
So, Triple H gonna get her right. I believe it. I mean, obviously she's not gonna go to the NXT just because she's a big enough name and she's a former AEW talent. So it's like that transition hasn't happened yet for former AEW talent to WWE. I feel like anybody who leaves WWE is going to go, or AEW is going to go to the main roster right away, not to NXT, unless it's like Lexis. What was it, Lexis King?
Lexis King,
but also he was like developmental in AEW too, kind of. So it's like it kind of works for him.
He wasn't being presented as a big star.
Like Cody wasn't going to NXT.
Right, Cody, CM Punk.
Like CM Punk, yeah, like. Anybody else? MJF. Did I say it out loud? Did I say it out loud? Nah.
The greatest bidding war.
But no, but yeah, with Charlotte, I feel like it definitely hurts that she's going to be out again because she was just out for so long. Comes back, gets hurt again, but she's always going to be looked at, especially in the eyes of the WWE crowd, that she's always going to be considered one of the top stars. So,
I mean. And for her, it helps her to be away because she gets that push instantly. She instantly gets a push every time she's around.
Yeah, she definitely gets quick go away heat because they always seem to. Because she always does a good job in the ring. That it's always like, okay, well, we could put the title around her.
Yeah, like for real, like she can. The real thing that she cannot do though is be a face. Like she's a natural heel.
She sucks at being a face, though. She tries. They try, and she's not good with it.
But she can't do it, and that makes her look bad.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah,
not great. But speaking of, we talked about Charlotte being, a talent that could get over easily and be an up and coming talent is also hurt.
Yeah,
this one sucks.
Sucks. It was on a house show too, man.
Man, just on a quick little live event. Cora Jade tore her ACL.
Yeah.
Out for at least a year plus, they said. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right here. She had Yeah, yep. It says she might be out a bit. No shit. Yep, she tore her ACL and she's gonna have surgery on it, and she probably already had surgery since then, but not good. Not good. Out at least a year, which sucks because I feel like she was kind of on the rise as far as things go. Like she definitely was on the rise.
Yeah, no, she's gonna get a nice push. Maybe be it a decent showcase in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Something solid on the main roster for a little bit. Because Trip is he's shown one thing for sure that he'll push the young talent.
She's only 22. So, not saying the injury is needed, but it's not like she's 32, 42. Like being 22, you could still, if you really still want to do this for a living, like you can come back from that in a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, a lot of wrestlers' primes aren't until they're in their 30s anyway. So it's like you usually use your 20s to develop. So I'm not saying I want her to get hurt because I definitely don't. But I mean, it sucks that she did. But shit, it sucks. But it's yeah, like she's 22 now. If it was like she was in her 30s or 40s, it'd be like, damn, that might be career ending.
Yeah.
But she could definitely come back from this.
Right. I mean, it's the nature of the beast, right?
Unfortunately, it's like the nature of today's wrestling too, though. Everything's so much high. It's so faster. It's like everything's faster, quicker. People are stronger. It's like shit. Just the body sometimes just be like, "All right, bro, I'm going this way," and your body's going that way, and your knee just doesn't come with you.
It's like that in any sport.
Yeah, I mean,
as the sports continue to elevate and evolve.
I mean, I felt like shit for. It seemed like every year more juiced up. Yeah, facts. I felt like every year in like the NFL there was always somebody going down with a torn ACL. Like every week it felt like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so it's like shit. Just which is crazy because I'm pretty sure that like you didn't see a lot of that stuff until the wrestling got faster and hit harder and like more athletic, more like leaping, jumping, and less, presentable striking. Basically, like it just became more reliant on acrobatics and stuff like that. To where obviously that shit's gonna lead to injuries.
Athletics.
So, but yeah, I mean, Cora Jade, get well, bro. We're praying for you. Wishing you the best around here at NWO. But another leg injury happened last night on Raw. They're still waiting on the update from this one, but apparently Seth Rollins got injured in his matchup against Jinder Mahal. He hindered Jinder and got his leg hurt.
No, that's why you don't hinder Jinder. Bro.
That's why you don't hinder Jinder. Oh man.
That's
but like the reports were that he needed help walking to the back, but he was still walking on his own leg with his own power, so that's a good sign. Brian Alvarez from Wrestling Reporter said he heard that Rollins got backstage, but he was walking on his leg himself. And Dave Meltzer reported that he was just getting an MRI, and then we'll find out pretty much of what it all could be. Let me see if they have anything. As of an hour ago, no, nothing still. It just still says that he had trouble walking backstage and walking around during his post-match promo. So nothing crazy updated yet. A lot of people were saying it might be a work to have him take a couple weeks off TV because he has been working so much, but you never know.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah, I mean, it all just kind of depends. I mean, hopefully it's not the case, but you never know.
You never know. Yeah, right.
But also, I'm hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping that he's not hurt because Seth is that dude. I mean,
yeah, I'm hoping that he's not hurt.
But I mean, the main reports were already saying that it's going to be Punk and Rollins at WrestleMania 40. So if he is injured, how do you think they they go on with the WrestleMania main events? Like, what do they do with Seth's belt if he can't compete?
Woo. Ah,
That throws a giant wrench in the plans.
yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you. I'm not. Ooh, that fucks up a lot of shit.
Yeah, right? Like, it ain't Roman getting hurt, but it's the next closest thing, basically.
Right. Because like CM Punk was damn near promised that.
Damn near. I mean, that's the main reports now is it's going to be Punk versus Rollins on WrestleMania and then potentially Cody Roman at night 2. Potentially. That's like the main reports, but obviously nobody knows what's going on with The Rock. There were reports going that now Roman might not even be competing at Elimination Chamber. So it's like
he was never like slated for Elimination Chamber. Like,
no, but then that was the reports is that Rock and Roman were going to go there.
Yeah, but when they released his schedule, he was never scheduled to go to Elimination Chamber.
No, but things can change.
Yeah, I think with most people, probably not with the Tribal Chief.
Facts.
Not with the Tribal Chief. You
not with the Tribal
Chief schedule. The Tribal Chief changes your schedule.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
So, but I think if that we find out at the Rumble how that affects the.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. I mean, the Rumble's gonna be so cracked, dog. I'm so looking forward to that. I'm at the.
Dude, that's
gonna be tough, man. That's gonna be tough. Because think about it. Well, nope. Actually, it wouldn't be. Never mind. Because it's on Saturday, isn't it?
It's a week from Saturday.
So it's a week from Saturday. It's not. Yeah, not this upcoming Saturday. It's the following Saturday. Yep, on the 27th, right?
Yep.
So never mind. I was gonna say that might fuck up with playoff football, but there won't be any playoff football games on Saturday. It'll all be Sunday.
Yeah,
that week because that'll be the championship games next week.
Yeah, conference championships.
Yeah. So I was like, damn. If my Packers win this Sunday, I don't really have to watch it. I want to decide between watching the Packer game or the Royal Rumble.
I'm hoping that we'll be watching Packer football next week Sunday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As you see, all that random Packer stuff behind me. Definitely. Yeah. But we're not here to talk about football. That's for a different podcast. Oh man, yeah.
That's a little bit off the clock.
Yeah. My man D Squad AC Easy in the chat. That's Ricardo from the Sham. You remember him?
Hey.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So speaking of the Rumble,
mm-hmm.
Do you like being surprised by the Rumble entrance? Like that was one of the big things for me was like growing up, watching how they would set the Rumble up. They made it a spectacle. Like people wanted to be the 30th, or people wanted to be the first one out and go wire to wire. And I think like last year was probably one of the ones that stand out to me of like somebody wanting to go wire to wire and prove it. Like you don't get that often anymore. And I feel like you used to get that all the time, where it meant more than just people coming out at random intervals.
Yeah, I mean, I think the surprise Rumble entrances might be my favorite thing of all of WWE that they do.
Yeah,
because it's like Matt Stryker, I think it was Matt Stryker, said when Booker T entered the Rumble the one year, it was like, you never know. It's like it's true. You never know who's gonna come through those curtains for the Rumble, man. I mean, it got a little bit obnoxious after a while. Like the one year that they had all the announcers in there, that was just like it was like Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, and Booker T. Like all three of them were in the Rumble. Like it just became gimmicky after a while, but it's like I like the surprise entrance when people really don't know what the hell's going on, but the gimmicky ones are kind of lame. But no, I love surprise entrance. I mean, it's some of the most unpredictable stuff ever because you don't know who's going to show up. It's also like one of those things where you expect That's where like the rumor mill starts to show up. Like for instance, with Mercedes Moné, for instance, she hasn't signed. She hasn't shown up on AEW TV, even though she's everybody. The reports still keep saying, but she might fuck around and show up in the Royal Rumble. You never
Yeah.
know. Imagine her showing up at number 30. Like, can you imagine? That place will go fucking crazy.
That
Like, that would be a big, like, huge like entrant for that. Like, that would be crazy. But yeah, I mean, no, I absolutely love it. But while we're on that topic, what would be just going off the top of your head? What are some of your favorite surprise Rumble entrants?
Well, my top five, my favorite, like off the top, is just the Edge return.
Yep.
Like,
and this is off the top of the dome, people. We're not like we didn't write lists down for this one. We're just letting the nostalgia take over this section for us.
Some of my, but like off the top of my head, for sure, is Edge.
Yeah,
Like,
no, Edge's return was great. Cena returning from his torn tricep.
Yeah.
When he in Madison Square Garden, when nobody knew that he was actually going to be in it.
Yeah.
Like Triple H's face was legit shock. Like, oh shit, this motherfucker's really here. I mean, it's just so many. I mean, when Diesel showed up, shit, Booker T when he showed up, like all these people.
Yeah.
But then there's always like those random ones, like.
Oh, I give Mickey James and the woman's one.
Yeah, when she wasn't technically even a WWE superstar, right? She wasn't she under
she was
like
TNA champion? She was
champion. That's right. Which I heard a thing that she's actually signed with. She just signed with somebody to be like help with backstage stuff. I can't remember who it was. I don't think it was TNA though. I think it was somebody else. I have to look into that and see. I remember her name jumping around and stuff like that. But she'd be interested to see somebody come back. But yeah, man, just think of like when Mick Foley came out as all three faces of Foley.
Yeah.
Like that was fucking hilarious.
That takes dedication.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Just
like I think of the big four that like. That of course WrestleMania is number one. That's a close two. I love the Rumble, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Booker T coming back. I mean, remember when Rey Mysterio came in at number 27 in 2018, and everybody thought it was supposed to be. Everybody wanted it to be Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
it was Rey Mysterio's return back to the WWE, and everybody wanted it to be Daniel Bryan.
Not the spot you put that in.
I mean, I'm sitting here looking at a list that's right. Remember Chris Jericho's return? When Dolph Ziggler was number 1 and Chris Jericho came out number 2? That was when Chris Jericho had the light up jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There was that one. I mean, obviously John Cena's return when he came back. Yeah, and then obviously Edge. Yeah, 2020. Probably one of the best parts of 2020. Besides, was that was the year that Drew eliminated Brock, wasn't it? Or no?
Yeah. Yeah, to go on to
that's right, because the world wasn't really shut down until like March, and the Royal Rumble was in January.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would make sense. Bro, he got eliminated so fast. That was a cracking ass Royal Rumble, dog. I remember we watched it at the studio, didn't we?
I think so.
Yeah, because that's when Brock was dancing and shit with MVP's music and
yeah, he was in there with Keith Lee.
And he was like, oh, big boy.
Yeah. See, he was enjoying himself.
I love the Royal Rumble. God damn, I love the Royal Rumble.
Man. It's a good time, man. Every time, man. Every time.
Yeah, Diesel, Booker T, Chris Jericho, Cody. I mean, Cody. Like, the only thing that pissed me off about Cody's return is that everyone knew it was coming.
We knew his.
That's the only thing that pissed me off about it. Like, I feel like it would have been so much cooler.
Yeah, had they not said anything, his wrestling has more than one royal family.
Exactly, like
that fucking pop, like that would have
It'd been nuts.
erupted.
It would have been nuts.
It would have blew the sky.
Yeah.
The sky off the roof. It would have blew the
Yeah.
sky off the roof. It would have.
And I know next week's episode we're gonna do Royal Rumble. We're gonna do like the preview for the Royal Rumble show and everything. Obviously, we're not gonna have the full match card yet because, I mean, maybe we'll do like a special recording, quick recording of that or whatever. Do a, you know, because I don't know if they'll have the whole. They won't have the whole card set up by next recording.
No, because
it's got SmackDown and NXT after that.
You might. They might.
No, because there's gonna be the Friday SmackDown after the show.
Yeah, but it's not a Sunday pay-per-view though, so that whatever.
Ooh, that's true. Friday SmackDown would just be probably like a little throwaway show.
Yeah,
just like promos and shit. Yeah, promos and shit. I'm mad we said that at the same time.
Right. It's the go home show, so
it's like we know how this shit goes.
Yeah. You'll get a banging match that's not gonna be on the card.
Yeah. Yeah. There's only been 6 male people that said they're going to be in it so far. Gunther just announced he's going to be in it. That shit is going to be cracking.
Yeah.
This has the potential to be one of the best Royal Rumbles ever because you have no idea who's going to win it.
Yeah. And I think I would like to know maybe 12 people max who's going to be in the Rumble. Like the other 18 people, like just let them show up randomly.
Yeah.
Like if they were to do like a tournament or something where you can earn numbers.
Like, I mean, I know they used to do like the raffle, the bingo ball spinner.
Yeah, and it's like,
but obviously that was so gimmicked. But I remember they used to do back in like the late Attitude Era. They used to do matches and like determine whoever won this tournament would win the chance to be number 30. I remember we knew that because I remember my favorite Royal Rumble, the 2000 Rumble. Everybody knew that X-Pac was number 30 before, while the pay-per-view was going on. Like it was already a known thing that he drew number 30. So that was always pretty cool. And then obviously nobody else's order was known except for his, which I kind of like that too.
I like that. Like, you get
because then you know when the last person is.
Yeah. Like, who, like, okay, this is, everybody's in here now. Okay. It's just this person, the last person coming out. We know who the last person is.
Yeah. Because I think, I could be wrong, but I don't think they had the number of the entrant on that in that Royal Rumble. Like they do now, like they have like number 28, such and such. I think they just had the name of the person.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of had to pay attention and you keep count on your own. Which
it might, if you weren't listening to the commentators, they probably, called out the number.
They probably did, yeah. Yeah, they might have. But I love the Royal Rumble. It's probably my favorite pay-per-view of all time, besides WrestleMania, obviously, because WrestleMania is WrestleMania. But I just like the Royal Rumble match. It's always so much fun.
Yeah, and I mean, but there's been some great Royal Rumble pay-per-views, but typically I feel like the Royal Rumble pay-per-view as a whole doesn't get as much love because of the gimmick match.
Yeah. That's true. The idea of the Royal Rumble match, I always like and now they have 2-hour-long Rumble matches because of the men's and the women's Rumbles.
Yeah.
They're both at least over an hour each.
Right.
So it's like, it's kind of tough on how many, I mean, that's probably why they only have like 3 or 4 matches but in between those.
Yeah, and right, like you kind of, I get that because you have to do that, right? You don't want a 5-hour pay-per-view anymore because wrestling fatigue is a real thing, and companies are starting to figure that out.
Yeah, the WWE pay-per-views lately, like the smaller pay-per-views, they've been like right around 3 hours. Have been great.
Like 2 hours 45 minutes.
Yeah, like
hours.
Yeah, those have been great.
Even Survivor Series was like 3 hours.
Yeah, something like that. It was almost. I think it was closer to 4, but it was not like over 4. Like it was, but I do like the idea of that. But also, it's like but then how many? Also, it's tough because it's like you don't want to. Then you got to figure out how you're gonna book it because do you just always start the show off with a Rumble because you don't want to do back-to-back Rumble matches. Like that's going to create fatigue on its own.
Yeah.
So I always like the idea of them doing like one to start the show, one to end the show. But it might sound sexist, but I've always liked the men's Rumble being like the main event just because it's always been that way.
Yeah.
Like in years past, like I know, what was it? Was it last year even that they did was last year's Rumble the men's Rumble started the show? It was. And then the women's Rumble was the semi-main event, and then Roman versus KO was the main event when Sammy turned.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. Man, it's crazy how my mind just works like that, huh?
Sometimes
it's almost like it was a year ago.
Sometimes it only takes one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
You can find the rest of the puzzle.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is what it is. I mean, but I just like I said a couple times now, I just always look forward to the Royal Rumble. I just always like the idea of like the winner gets a title shot. Like plus it always seemed like such an accomplishment to win that match over any other match in the history of like wrestling. Like I feel like it's always like the number one match that you want to win.
It means something.
Yeah.
It's a guaranteed trip. It's a guaranteed match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly.
A guaranteed match. A guaranteed championship match.
Yep.
Like,
no matter what.
Think about when like the Attitude Era, when like the Rock and Stone Cold won the Rumbles.
Yeah. Yeah, it meant something. It led to some of the best matches in the history of WrestleMania.
Right. Like because that you have a guaranteed storyline. Like you got guaranteed money. You just got to figure out the best way to book that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, so it's easy money.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely just easy money, and I mean, I think it's always led to some of the best WrestleMania storylines. Like, because I mean, shit, just thinking about, remember when Batista won it, and that's when we had the thumbs down deal. Like, which I always loved the idea of that. That's why I always like the idea of, like, I like the idea of the two belts now, but you don't really get that aspect like you used to. Like, I don't know. It just always seemed to hit different. Like that, those two titles were always kept separate. Now it's like Roman has his belt and Rollins has his belt, but Rollins' belt is always going to be looked at as the lesser world title. Yeah. Like, I feel like back then those titles were treated as equal because they stayed on that show.
Yeah.
And now you'd like, Roman could be on both shows. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think they need to figure out a way to get back to that format, but that's like the main one I remember for sure. That was always like super dope. I mean, back when you just had everything going like that. The winner got that shot. They got to choose which one. Like, I mean, it would work now better if they did a better job of presenting the belts as like the main belts as specifically for that show. Because now you've got like Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. They could be like really pushing for the Rumble winner to sign to their show.
Yeah.
Because it's the beginning of the year too, so it's like it could be like contract expiring time too.
Yeah, like because the draft should realistically be coming up pretty soon. I will always think the draft should be if not the Raw after Mania, but that following Raw, 2 Raws after Mania. Right, because WrestleMania is basically the season finale. Like, everything comes to a culmination at WrestleMania. Monday, we finna shake all this shit up.
I don't hate that. The Raw after Mania would be but it's like I agree. Maybe the Raw after Mania. I agree with that because you always have, because that Raw after Mania is always like the recap and then the people coming in. Or like the call ups and shit like that. Yeah. So like, but then you said that in the draft, boom. Now the GMs are like, oh shit. Now we know who our champions are. Now we got to focus on this draft.
Yeah. Now we got to focus on building these rosters.
Or you do it a month later. so that like the GMs kind of look like actually like they're really doing like scouting
Yeah,
and you
sports
know,
entertainment.
yeah, you build storylines of guys who want to stay on certain shows and things like that. And also, if you're going to do the draft, this is another random side tangent. If you're going to do the draft, you can't draft factions. You draft wrestlers. Because then your pick isn't one pick. Your pick is like 5 picks. Like, I take the Judgment Day. Boom, I got what, 5 people now? Like,
But
that's trash.
if you, yeah, like a tag team is cool. So I can go with 3 people, but anything more than 3 people,
I would go 2. I would just say you could pick a tag team.
Yeah, but like
I guess maybe a faction if it's 3 people. But if you're getting to like the Judgment Day
or the bloodline
or the Bloodline, like,
nah, bro, it's 3 people. Pick 2 of them.
it used to be. It used to be a lot more.
Two.
When you said Bloodline, I used to always think of others like with Jay and Sammy and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, the good old days.
They were deep. Oh man. Pause.
But yeah, I don't hate the idea of the Raw after either the Raw after Mania.
Yeah.
I could have just said 2 weeks after Mania.
2 weeks after. It sounds better. The Raw after the Raw after.
Oh.
So TNA's back.
Yes, it is.
2024 is the year that keeps on giving.
Yes, it is. TNA is back.
Started, baby.
Yes.
I think it's 2024 is gonna be a good year for professional wrestling, man. Like it's already starting off on a good hook. Like TNA being back is good for everything. It's good for everybody because more wrestling, like more solid wrestling, another valuable company, another valuable American company that gives the consumers another option to consume the product. It's always good. Now you get these workers more places to go to.
Yeah, I'm just glad it actually went back to TNA. I know a lot of people were the backstory of the name of TNA, all this and that has kind of like always been controversial, which is hilarious, but like
tits and
ass. Fuck Vince Russo. But I'm sitting here looking at these belts, bro. Like I'm at the belts are so cold. The belts are so cold.
Absolutely.
Like it's so good. It's so good. Like I'm gonna have to see if I can put a picture of it on the screen. And I'm gonna see if I can share the screen because no, not that one. There you go. I'm gonna have to see if I can share this because oh my god, this shit is so cold. I got it on the screen now. Like these belts are so dope. Like you have the TNA title here. That's the Digital Media Championship, which is I guess like their TV title, but it's obviously online. The X Division title is so cold. Yeah. Like it gives me like remember Dread?
Yeah.
Terrible movie. But
I actually fuck with the movie.
and then the tag team title.
Yeah.
It's pretty cold. Like it's dope. Like I fucks with it. I love those belts. They're so clean. These might be the coldest belts in wrestling today.
Actually, it's crazy. I don't mind the women's world title. Is that the one that Rhea has?
I don't like those.
I like the white strap.
I mean, yeah, I like the white strap on it. I just don't like the belt.
You don't like the design?
Yeah, I just don't like it. It's like they're trying to make the world heavyweight belt, but then they put a giant WWE logo in front of it, and I'm just like in the middle of it. I don't know. I know one of my guys was telling me it'll grow on me. Like it hasn't. I don't like it. Yeah. I also don't like the idea that the belts are just the same.
The same,
like
different.
The same, like it's literally the same belt Rhea has is the same belt Seth has, except the belt strap is different. Like I don't know. It just doesn't make them feel special. It just makes them seem like
it's the same but different. It's just the the male and female versions of each other.
Exactly. And it's like I get what they're trying to do, to where they're like, okay, we're just gonna kind of make everything seem in sequence as far as for merchandise and things like that. But I don't know. I just feel like the way that they always did, kind of making the belts look different, was always better.
Yeah, and I always love custom belts.
Yeah.
Like MJF when him having the triple B like that.
Yeah.
That's dope. Or even when House of Black had their own 6-man tag belt.
Yeah.
And then you got the Acclaimed had their own
with the pink strap.
Yeah, the pink strap, and you can scissor.
Yeah, that's right.
So.
Oh, but anyways, we had a TNA pay-per-view. Back to give, I guess we swayed it away from TNA talk about belts because we were talking about the TNA belts.
Yeah.
But yeah, TNA had their first pay-per-view. Hard to Kill. This past Saturday in Vegas. It was at the Palms in Vegas.
Nice.
It was a good show for everything. I didn't get a chance to see a lot of it. I saw a lot of highlights. It was a lot of wrestlers unfortunately I didn't know.
Yeah.
So like there were a lot I did know, but there were a lot that I didn't know, obviously, because it's kind of hard to not have a lot of wrestlers that you didn't know, because a lot of the TNA people are like former WWE guys. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at the card, and some of them are definitely people that I knew. But there was even like El Hijo del Vikingo from AEW wrestled.
Yeah.
On the show. So yeah, it was cool. I mean, I guess I'll read off part of the card. It was a decent little show for, like I said, for everything I heard. I heard it was a great showing.
Yeah, I think they said it was the highest grossing in person and online gate.
Nice.
I think I read that somewhere.
But yeah, the pre-show had 3 matches. Digital media champion was Tommy Dreamer. We live in a world where Tommy Dreamer is a champion in 2024.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, because he lost to Crazy Steve.
Yeah.
Yep, and then Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian, obviously from TNA from way back when.
Yeah.
And Eric Young was in WWE. Frankie Kazarian was in AEW for a little bit. They face Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers, which Brian Myers is what's his face? What was his name in WWE? He was Zack Ryder's teammate.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're losing it. Yeah, I know him more as Brian Myers now, which is the crazy part.
Yeah. Damn it, Mike.
Right? Where the fuck is Mike? Where the hell is Mike when we need him?
Right. Keep moving on.
Oh, what the hell was his name? Nope, I'm looking it up. Kurt Hawkins, duh.
Oh, yeah.
It's Kurt Hawkins, duh. Where's Mike when we need him? Yeah. So yeah, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. And then Rich Swann, former WWE wrestler, faced Steve Macklin. Not sure who Steve Macklin is, but obviously I know who Rich Swann is.
Yeah.
And then the matches of the pay-per-view were PCO versus Dirty Dango. Not sure who either one of those are, unfortunately.
I know who PCO is only because of Tiny.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, PCO's got some crazy faces going on. Huh, neat. Yeah, I just looked at a picture of them. The Knockouts Ultimate X, Tasha Steeles, Alicia Edwards, Giselle Shaw, Jody Threat, Zaya Brookside, and Danny Luna. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure who any of those guys are. The TNA World Tag Team Championship match, ABC. I'm not sure. The Rascals, I believe the Rascals were in AEW, maybe? The Grizzled Young Vets were in NXT. versus Mike Bailey and the Laredo Kid. Laredo Kid was in AEW. Mike Bailey was in Ring of Honor for a long time. So that much I know. X Division match: Chris Sabin, the champion, versus Kushida, who used to be in WWE, versus El Hijo del Vikingo, who, as we all know, wrestles in AEW from time to time, but also wrestles in AAA. Josh Alexander, he's been a TNA original, or he's been an Impact original. He's been an Impact forever, against Alexander Hammerstone, who came from MLW, which I don't think he signed to TNA. I think he's just on the show. If I remember right. Knockouts World Champion Trinity, formerly known as Naomi. I know that she lost to Jordan Grace because Trinity is pretty much WWE bound, is what everyone keeps saying. Like her return to the Rumble is almost pretty much imminent.
Yeah.
And then Alex Shelley is the TNA World Champion, and he defended his title against Moose. Bro, you're a grown man with the name Moose. It's pretty funny. But Moose defeated Alex Shelley to win the match. Alex Shelley entered the match as the third longest reigning TNA champion in company history, 216 days.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
But yeah, and then at the very end of the show, I know you put it on the doc because it was it's kind of cool to see. I know we chatted about it a little bit, off the show or whatever like that, but Nick Nemeth showed up.
Yeah.
The former Dolph Ziggler.
And showed up in TNA to attack Moose.
To attack whoever the champion was.
Right.
Definitely.
I think that's good shit, man. It's good for the business.
Yeah, I agree. Him showing up there was cool. I'm glad that I know I bash AEW and things like that, but it's cool to see somebody not go straight from WWE to AEW and vice versa. To see people kind of have, like, he's giving TNA a shot. Same thing. Christian did the same thing. Obviously, AEW wasn't around back then, but Kurt Angle did the same thing. Jeff Hardy did the same thing. Matt Hardy did. They all they gave TNA a shot. You never know.
Right.
I always feel like his run in WWE eventually was going to go away. Obviously, it sucked because he was there for 20 years. Like, he was legit there for 20 years. Remember, he was part of the Spirit Squad, and that was early 2000s. And then he went away for a little bit. Obviously, came back as Dolph Ziggler, which is, I'm sorry, is still one of the worst wrestling names I think I've ever heard in my life.
How do you come up with that?
It's so bad. Yeah, but yeah, no, giving TNA a shot is great, man. I'm happy to see the company back. I know they had a lot of interesting teams. Brittany said you look so high. It's almost like he is. But Bailey and Mercedes Moné were caught in the crowd.
Yeah, checking out the Trinity in her last match.
It was funny how they were both wearing sunglasses and hoodies and shit, as if people weren't gonna know who they were.
Who the fuck they was. Posted up there in the corner.
They were sitting at the top of the balcony, like, bro. One, you have we all can see you from here because you're way the fuck up there. Like we. What are you doing?
They keep shining a light on you.
Like you might as well just be in the middle of the crowd. That you probably be hidden better.
Right.
But no, man, it was cool that it's always cool that a lot of it seems like this way with a lot of the female wrestlers is they kind of have a bond.
Yeah. And
where they support each other that way.
Yeah, it's dope to see them supporting each other, because technically they're all in different promotions, so
yeah.
To show that don't mean shit. This tribalism is only amongst the internet wrestling community.
Yeah.
That it means a lot.
Oh,
it means a lot to people that that really care about that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of just supporting your friends no matter what they're doing with their career. I mean, shit, look how many people supported Sasha and Naomi when they left.
Right.
Just when they dipped, everybody was like, well, we understand why they left and we kind of support the reason that they left. So we're not upset about it.
And
But
they were right. It took a while for the reason that they left to become a prominent thing again.
for
But
sure, for sure. But speaking of TNA, before we'll make this our last topic on TNA. Do you think there's any way that TNA becomes a number 2 promotion again?
um,
Do you think they can surpass AEW?
with how AEW is going right now, yes. I love AEW, man. I think if they can figure it out, they can keep that number 2 spot. But if they continue on down this road that they're traveling, they gonna come across a lonely traveler, and he gonna stick him up and take over, and it's gonna be a motherfucking TNA in the front seat. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Where we go? I think the only thing that prevents it from actually being a reality is, unfortunately, like Tony is still just willing to spend so much money on his shows and buy talent that
Yeah,
he'll just start poking talent from TNA that once their contracts come up. But I mean, also, we didn't talk about it. Fucking Vince and Shawn Michaels were also at that TNA, or Triple H and Shawn Michaels were also at that TNA show. Like there was pictures of them. There were pictures of them there too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were there too.
Well, I did hear that they were in talks to try and build that relationship to have something sort of what AEW and New Japan has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that, and it's kind of funny because obviously TNA is never going to be as big as WWE.
Yeah,
but I could see TNA being like that developmental like deal. That kind of like a televised developmental show. Kind of like NXT again, but but not NXT, you know what I mean? So it's like it's their own thing.
a legitimate NXT 2.0.
Yeah, like but also another way to like stick it to AEW kind of without like intentionally doing it. Yeah. What's up, Judas? So I think there's a way that TNA could be the number 2 promotion, but it's like I said, it's going to take it's not going to just happen like in a month or in 6 months. Like it's going to take a year or 2, maybe longer for it to actually become a thing. Because now that TNA is just restarting, they've only had 1 show. Like AEW still running 3 shows, and this and that. But let's jump into our couple final topics here. Hulk Hogan, the hero. TNA is always my number 1. Attaboy, Judas. Attaboy. Hulk Hogan, the hero. So you get drunk. You drive in your car. You get into an accident. You flip your car. Who's there to save you? A giant 6. Take my hand, brother. But not only Hulk Hogan wearing an NWO shirt.
Bro, it was Hollywood Hogan. You got rescued by Hollywood Hogan.
Like
what? Why are you just patrolling the streets in the NWO shirt?
Like
too sweet for that. But why are you just patrolling the streets dressed as Hollywood?
Look, why are you? Oh my God, Judas, stop it! I'm not trying to hear that. Oh man, but like
just patrolling the streets dressed as Hollywood Hogan, just wishing a brother would.
Yeah, TMZ reported the true story on Monday that they were driving down a highway in Clearwater, Florida on a Sunday evening when they witnessed an accident. A vehicle swerved erratically and clipped another car in the process. The car flipped and tumbled upside down. Hogan and his friend immediately pulled over and jumped out to help. The driver of the vehicle was a 17-year-old woman who was completely rattled by the whole thing. Hogan's friend popped the woman's airbag, and the 2 men helped her unbuckle her seatbelt and exit the vehicle safely. Like,
she got helped out by the Wolfpack. She an honorary member.
She an honorary member forever. Hogan showed her his python. Probably after.
Bro,
it said Hulk Hogan was there with his wife though, so
that's statutory.
He's literally sitting there. They have a picture of it on TMZ. It's just him
Hey,
with his
I,
blue bandana on with an NWO t-shirt.
that's hilarious. Like, bro, I doubt she even knew who he was.
It's 17 years old. I doubt it.
At
At 17,
she
like
just took a picture with him. Like, mom, look who helped me. Who just saved
it's a
my
guy
life.
with a random t-shirt with letters on it.
Yeah, and mom's was like, "That's Hulk Hogan." Mom's wanted to see his python.
The worst part is the worst part is like she's probably heard the name Hulk Hogan because I feel like everybody has.
Everybody at some
But
point.
also at 17, I'm almost double that. So it's like I don't know what 17-year-olds know and what they don't. I know obviously 17-year-old me knew who Hulk Hogan was, but
Yeah.
I don't know what 17-year-olds now do.
Yeah,
I think he's Eminem or something. He had a t-shirt that said, "Oh my god." Oh, Judas.
Wearing an NWA shirt.
But man, how do you feel about Hulk Hogan being a hero?
I thought you'd got to ask how I feel about Hulk Hogan.
Well, no, we know how we feel about Hulk Hogan. It's still fuck. Hulk Hogan, we appreciate you helping save this girl's life, but it's still fuck Hulk Hogan.
How do I feel about Hulk Hogan being a hero? Man, fuck Hulk Hogan. How do I feel about Hollywood Hogan being a hero? Right the fuck on, brother.
Too sweet, brother.
Yeah, too sweet, brother.
Too sweet, brother. We appreciate your good Samaritan of helping somebody up. She probably crashed her car because she probably crashed her car because she thought you was chasing her or something.
Right. Not all heroes wear capes. Sometimes they wear weight belts
and bandanas. And have Fu Manchus in their 70s.
With the shirt with the cut off sleeves.
Bro, definitely had to cut it. He had a hoodie on underneath over the top of it. But you know that shit was cut out. He probably had to cut right in the middle so he can fucking
he can rip it if he needed to. Just in case he had to go swimming.
He said, I can't get out of the car. He said, hold on, I'll get you a rope. I'll grab a hold of this.
He had to hawk up.
What was he gonna do? Lift the car up? Get out, dump her out and shit.
He put it at the car. You, brother.
You.
Play from nowhere. Man.
The car. He had to like act like the car was punching him 3 times.
He came.
It's that Real American starts all of a sudden out of nowhere. I am a real American.
He's doing all this.
He punched the window as the beat dropped, like dun 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 dun. Dun.
Oh, it's for 80s montage.
Oh, Coach Player, what's up, dog? Yeah, Coach Player with the Real American emotes. We gonna put those on the screen because the Real American emotes.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Hulk Hogan has simultaneously been a gem and the most hilarious person on this face.
We're making fun of him saving somebody's life.
Bro, why? But still, why are you walking like you just dressed as Hollywood Hogan?
Like, why are you just dressed as Hulk Hogan on a Sunday night? Like, you supposed to be out on a he wasn't even like out on a date or anything. He was just out hanging out with his wife and a friend of his. But like, why are you in full ring gear? Like, why are you got the boots with your name or with your face on?
With the lightning bolt.
He probably took off his waist belt to help get the girl out the car.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
That's
yes, sir. The NWO emote, you love to see that. Oh my God.
That's hilarious. Hulk Hogan.
Oh, what's he gonna do next? He's probably gonna like save a fucking kid from a burning building or some shit. He gonna put on the red and yellows next.
Dog, he going on the coldest press run. He's gonna be kissing babies. Like he's rebuilding his image now.
Judas. This is a red and gold kind of place or a Wolfpack extension.
Oh, it's definitely red and black.
Oh, he said, honey, this is a Chili's.
Oh, okay, so red and black.
So red and black. All right, gotcha. He was never in the Wolfpack. That's the funny part, was he?
He was right at the end.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Right at the end. That's right.
At the end.
Chili Salas.
Oh my goodness, dog! Like Hulk Hogan, like that's hilarious, bro. Like, cause can you get the picture up? Can you put the picture up of him just standing out with the? Like,
Let me see. I gotta find it again. Hold on.
oh my goodness, like, cause bro, like he's just dog, like that's
Hold
hilarious,
on.
man.
I'm gonna share it right now. Hold on. I got you. There you go.
Like, why are you?
Why is he in full gear?
He's just ready for a fight.
Biker Hogan.
Dog, just
Biker Hogan.
Just Biker Hogan.
We go with it, just so everybody can see it. Why is he in full gear?
Why is he just ready for it? He ready for whatever.
Hey, why does that say? Why does that say nerd right there? You see that? It says nerd, not new. Hey, lit. That's too funny, man. Like, but also you got the sunglasses on. It's dark outside. Like, what? He was ready to go to the ring. He was ready.
Yeah. He was with the shits, man.
Fucking Hulk Hogan, man.
He was with the shit. That's hilarious, dude. Like,
oh, Hulk Hogan.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Why are you patrolling the streets?
Why, bro? It's Sunday night.
Why is the missus? She was dressed to the nines. She had the dress on. Like, she looked like they was really out to dinner. And he pulled up dressed as Hollywood.
Wait, hold on. I didn't notice that till she got on the she got on a whole nice outfit and he got on the NWO gear.
The blue bandana. You never know, honey. Let me tell you nothing, brother. Let's saw that car flipping through the air like a majestic American eagle. All I could think of was millions and millions of little Hulkamaniacs who took the vitamins and said their prayers.
Oh my god, I'm crying. I have literal tears.
Hulk Hogan. Oh, that's funny.
Oh my god.
That's what it is. Okay, enough of Hulk Hogan. Enough of his shenanigans. Jungle Boy showed up in New Japan.
Yes, Jungle Boy. Yes. Yes, also doing something that you can't do. Like Hulk Hogan's apparently just being a superhero. Jungle Boy showing up. There's fuckery afoot. Yes. Jungle Boy Jack Perry showed up to AEW looking like he had his beard all grown out and everything. Why does it like they always show up in like jeans and a leather jacket? Like, when did that become like the international wrestler, like, I'm not in my wrestling gear outfit? Like, they don't be wearing just regular clothes. They be wearing everybody wears leather jacket and skinny jeans.
Precisely, I think it was about 2002.
Oh, when Triple H did it.
When Triple H returned. He started that shit.
Bro, he had a jacket under his jacket.
Bro, his jacket had a jacket. And then
he looked 4 times bigger than he really was. His jacket was big as shit.
He was wearing like 3 jackets.
But yeah, he interrupted. What was it? It was the main event show. Yeah, it was right after the main event, right? In New Japan. Yeah, he ran and kneed a guy in the face, and the crowd went mild.
The crowd went.
I listened to the clip. I wonder if I can find it. If I can find it, I'll share it. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter.
Yeah, and then he ripped up his AEW contract.
Yeah, he ripped up his his AEW contract as if that's something you could just do. When you're under contract, you're under contract. Now that goes back to Jay's D. He ripped off a jacket, revealed another jacket. My man was wearing a Russian nesting doll jacket. Hold on. What the fuck? Where is it? I gotta find it.
Oh man.
And the crowd goes mild. All right, none of the videos I see are really all that great, but dog, he looks like Danny Masterson with the beard.
At this point in time, he's not a good person to look like.
It's not a good person to look like at all. It's not a good person to look at all. But no, he showed up, ripped up his AEW contract, and apparently is just in New Japan, which is like pre or post conviction, both.
Oh.
Whoa. Hulk Hogan to the rescue.
Dude, man.
We almost had an incident. He almost flipped over. He's gonna show up. And look, he's gonna have a belt around his waist.
Oh man.
No, but
hey,
how funny is it that he kicks in the door and he's like, "I got you, brother." Like, how funny is it that Jungle Boy has an incident that gets CM Punk fired, and then he's ripping up his AEW contract?
Right, like, bro.
Like, what are you doing? Like, was that your plan the whole time, or no?
Like, you're fucking something up, man. You're fucking up. You're fucking up.
They say he went from Jungle Boy to Caveman.
Hey, at least he grew up. At least he grew up. That's hilarious, man.
They said I had no idea he was strong enough to even rip paper.
That's funny. That's fine. I mean, he's strong enough to break real glass.
Yeah, with his back.
Yeah. And his fucking forearm.
Yeah. Oh man. Jungle Boy just leaving. Apparently, is he trying to leave AEW now? I mean, I don't. That's got to be some sort of. It's got to be some sort of storyline deal.
I would think so, because I mean, New Japan is basically just AEW East.
Pretty much. AEW East for real. Very far east.
Very far east.
Pretty much. But the last and final topic I guess we'll talk about today before we get into, I don't know if anybody randomly had any questions. I saw I got one here.
Yeah.
And if anybody has any other questions wrestling related that want to ask, feel free. We'll answer them at the end after this last topic. But I don't know if you got a chance to see Dynamite last Wednesday.
I did not.
Wasn't that great of a show? Not gonna lie, I peeped parts of it. I was trying to keep an eye on it as throughout the week as just stuff was going on, because I had a feeling just like I was kind of interested to see. Oh my God, stop it, Judas. Was trying to see like kind of what was going on with AEW lately, because I really haven't done the greatest of paying attention to it after the pay-per-view where Joe won.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, I mean, I heard the rumors about, Swerve and Joe potentially having their issue and things like that. And, that show happened and things like that. But then at the very end, it was a tag match. Sting and Darby. I don't remember who they wrestled now, because that's how much the show didn't matter to me.
Motor City? No.
No, it wasn't No, not the Motor City Machine Guns. That's Shelly and Sabin.
Damn, I don't know.
Hold on. I'll look it up now so we can look again. It was Sting and Darby versus Takeshita and Powerhouse Hobbs. That's what it was.
Oh.
That's right, because that's when Darby got thrown across the ring and almost broke his neck.
Yeah.
They wrestled Nick Saban? No, they didn't wrestle Nick Saban. No one wrestled Nick Saban. Sting and Darby Allin. Judas. But yeah, and then the funniest part is, I know I know you and I talked about it off the air, but we talked about how like the AEW overruns were bad,
Yeah.
and like the lead-ins and things like that have been pretty bad. Man,
Yeah.
you know I can't read. Well, can't listen apparently either, Judas. If you recorded the show and didn't watch it live, you missed this part of the ending. So Sting and Darby defeated Takeshita and Powerhouse. Or did they win? I can't remember if they won, actually, now that I think about it. Sting and Darby lost. If I remember right. Yeah, no, Sting and Darby won. You're right. That's right. Sting and Darby won at the end. That's right. But at the very end of the show, they announced who Sting's last match was going to be against. And out of nowhere came Spy versus Spy. The Young Bucks. And this is going to come back as, me not really fucking with the Bucks. But they I watched this on YouTube, or on Twitter rather, and they showed like the wide pan of the crowd, and then as it's zooming in to them to get closer, there was one fan jumping up and down in excitement, and everybody else was just standing there. Like, oh, it's them. Like, nobody was like going crazy for it, which is wild to think about.
Yeah.
I'm kind of annoyed the fact that it's going to be the Young Bucks.
Why?
Because I feel like the Young Bucks can't have a Sting match. They're going to want Sting to have a Young Bucks match, and it's not good for Sting's last match. Like, Sting should have a Sting match for his last match, not a Young Bucks match.
But Sting is on record saying that he enjoyed the match they had at, was it Forbidden Door?
Yeah, I understand that, but
he chose that.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like,
so if Sting feels like he can, they can put on a good match with him and help him tell the story properly, then we just got to sit back and enjoy it.
So here's why I wrote in our notes that the Young Bucks pulled a Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that you probably weren't paying it too close attention to WCW during Goldberg's big run.
Yeah, no.
So it was the Georgia Dome. They were going to sell out the Georgia Dome for Goldberg because it was the Georgia Dome. Goldberg's from, the Atlanta area, all this and that.
Yeah.
They had already announced the arena sold out, right?
Yeah.
And then Hulk Hogan came out of nowhere and was like, oh, this arena sold out? We ain't sold out an arena in a while. Let me be on the card. And that's when we got Hogan and Goldberg in the main event, when Goldberg beat him.
Oh, because Revolution is sold out.
Yes.
Revolution
is sold out in Greensboro, North Carolina, where obviously Sting got his start.
Yeah.
And it's the only non-pay-per-view event that's sold out already. Or no, it's a pay-per-view event, but it's already sold out. 15,000 seats.
Yeah.
And they can't, they're not selling out any other shows. So the Young Bucks, who claimed they were taking time off to reevaluate their characters and everything, all of a sudden, not even a month later, come back and they're like, "Oh, you guys sold out this arena? We'll wrestle Sting. We'll do it. We'll be the ones to wrestle Sting." And they have Tony Khan's ear, so Tony Khan was like, "Ayo, Sting, how you feel about wrestling these dudes?" And Sting was like, "I liked our match we had. Sure, let's do that instead."
So what? Okay, then what match what match got scrapped?
I don't know what match got scrapped. I have an idea of what match, and that I honestly feel like the better match would have been Sting and Darby versus FTR. Only because not only could FTR have a great match with Darby as a wrestler, but also as Sting as a wrestler, and they could wrestle their matches as well as, make sure that they're safe and not just jumping off of shit. But also, both members of FTR are also from North Carolina. So it would be not only Sting's last match and where he started, but it would also be a home show for them as well. So you would just have that mutual respect. And also, if if there's two guys in the industry who grew up watching Sting, I guarantee you it was FTR, not the Young Bucks. They already admitted they only grew up started watching Shawn Michaels and stuff like that. Like,
but you can absolutely tell in their style that they were Shawn Michaels kids.
Oh, for sure. And that's why I feel like that FTR would have been the better opponents for Sting's last match. Just because, like I said, if you're going to have Sting's last match and this is what it is, I don't think it should be a Young Bucks style match.
Right.
It should be an FTR match where FTR can literally help. They can literally just, and they could even be heels for it. Because obviously, I mean, it'd be tough, but it would be kind of like a babyface versus babyface match. But Darby would be able to fly around the ring and do all the crazy shit that he does because he's going to do it anyways. And he's also going to do it, and he knows that FTR is going to be there to make sure that he doesn't fuck himself up. Unlike the Young Bucks, who are just going to be like, "Here, you do crazy shit, and then we're going to do crazy shit, and we're going to let you do crazier shit so that you potentially fuck yourself up." So it's like, I don't know. I think FTR would be just better opponents. And I think they saw the fact that this is the first sold out show that they've had in a long time, and they're just like, oh, we want to be a part of that. And also the last pay-per-view that they had was the first pay-per-view that didn't have any single member of the Elite on it. And the internet was like, oh, okay. The Elite wasn't there and nobody actually really even like cared. So I think they're trying to figure out ways to get their names back into the fold of mainstream wrestling too.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on it.
They finding out that running a company and wrestling in a company isn't as easy as one would like to think.
No, not as easy as people would think. Exactly. But yeah, man. I mean, so that's my thought. I mean, obviously you seem like you're kind of okay with the Bucks being Sting's last opponents.
If that's who Sting chose, like, I'm okay with it. I'm appreciative to be able to watch Sting at this advanced stage in his life.
Mm-hmm. In his 60s, bro. That's crazy.
Still watch him perform at a high level. So if he feels like that's who he can, do one final go at it with, then by all means, bro. Like, I'm with it. I'll support it.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. But yeah, man, shit.
We could. Want to talk wrestling tropes? We can finish this off with some wrestling tropes. I mean, we kind of did talk about a couple throughout the show.
We have. We definitely have.
We both mentioned how we like the trope of the surprise entrance.
Yeah, the surprise entrant. Yep. That's
a big trope.
Yeah.
Them wanting to be number 30. That's also a decent trope. Or I'm always a fan of the not necessarily the hot tag, but the teammate gets injured at the beginning of the match, and then the other teammate is fighting the whole match by himself, and then all of a sudden,
the surprise teammate comes back right at the end.
Right at the end for that super hot tag.
Yeah. I always like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of like the work shoots. Those are always fun wrestling tropes. Like the idea of like it's gonna look like a shoot, but we're actually working, but we're gonna make it look like it's a convincing shoot. Like I know that was like a big thing in like the 80s and 90s was guys would do that because they would wrestle all the time. So it was like they would wrestle each other so much that they would know pretty much like, okay, we can make this look as real as possible without making the people think that it's not. Like we could legit be almost punching each other in the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've always liked that. I mean, I mean, like the face heel turn is always fun.
Catchphrases, man.
Catchphrases.
I love catchphrases. Like we could do a whole.
Oh, we know you do. I know you do.
Catchphrases, like because they're promo enhancers. Like
It can be, for
You
sure.
know, you get a good catchphrase in there, it enhances the shit out of a promo.
Oh yeah, definitely. What the fuck is a hoax Hogan?
What the fuck?
I'm looking on this tropes website and it says a hoax Hogan.
Another one.
Apparently, it's people who try to like be Hogan. Apparently, that's so random. I just thought it was funny because it's like, oh, yeah. I mean, shit. You got the kayfabe rule where people like break kayfabe to try to like enhance a story, like try to shoot basically
Oh,
on like try to make a story real, like bring
yeah,
realism to the stories. I kind of like that aspect, especially when you know these things about certain people.
yeah,
Like it's kind of cool. Like I know a lot of the big one that hit was like Matt Riddle before he left. Remember him and Seth Rollins had that thing where they talked about Matt Riddle beating his wife or whatever, and Seth Rollins brought that up, and then it was like, oh shit, this is like intense.
yeah.
But even like the Matt Hardy and Edge story, but obviously how long ago that was,
Right.
like that was legit. Shit like that is always fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's always gonna be tropes in wrestling. I feel like there's always just gonna be more as the years go on. This
yeah,
this website here is kind of stupid. They have a lot. They have a lot, but it's like a lot of them are super random too.
yeah. The
The
Ricky
All
Gate,
American face, obviously, the All American face versus the
the
Un
Flash.
American heel.
Yeah,
Like that's always gonna be a trope that always seems to work. Which I feel like they could have did that with Jinder Mahal and they like backed off of it real quick.
yeah. It's tough with this climate.
It is tough because like you can't really do it for a long time,
Yeah.
especially in today's world.
Um, and I mean, the thing though with WWE is they always find a way to separate themselves from what's going on. Like they do a good job at both being, you know, fully cognizant of pop culture, but also maintaining a degree of separation.
Oh yeah, definitely,
So
definitely. Yeah, I was saying I'm just looking here. It's like the referee being knocked out. Like that's such a bad trope, though. I hate that one after a while. The no sell, that's terrible. I hate no selling.
uh, I
I
love
only
that.
like no selling when it like will hype up a crowd for a specific wrestler. Like when Sting no sold the Young Bucks super
Yeah,
kicks, that was cracking. Like that was fun. The Undertaker like no selling moves and popping up, that's cool. But like guys no sell, like I remember I don't know if you ever saw the clip of like Leo Rush got like power bombed off the top of a ladder and no sold it. Like
yeah.
he got onto his feet before the guy who delivered the power bomb to him. It's like damn, bro. Like that's when you get punched in the face for real. But shit, yeah, I'm just like, but some of these are stupid. Like tag team. Like tag team's not a trope. Tag team is a tag team.
Yeah, the
Tonight in this very ring. Oh, yeah, that's a trope. Because where else would it be in this very ring tonight, other than tonight?
I think it's just that them saying a statement tonight
Yeah,
in this very
yeah,
ring.
exactly. That's exactly what it is. Just dumb. But man, let's just go ahead and wrap these fools up and get on up out of here, man, and send the
Yeah,
fans happy.
call it one.
Yeah, man, this was a fun episode, man. Be sure to you guys you know, like the YouTube channel. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Make sure you like all those. Subscribe, get our YouTube follows up. We're trying to do this stuff more on there. I'm working on getting all the episodes that we have recorded in the past back on our back on all the streaming services like, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everything like that. Doing a lot of things more independent now, so I'm working on a lot of that stuff. So, but and also just be sure to follow all our social medias, man. I'm pretty much Jake_exclusive on everything: Twitter, not Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all the fun places you'll find me.
I'm Hollywood Trippy on everything you need to find me at.
Yeah.
That's no vowels, just the
No
Y.
vowels. No vowels.
If
Just
you
the
need to
Y's.
ask why, don't.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. But yeah, man, this is it's been another fun episode, man.
Another wonderful episode of the NWO podcast, the Nerd World Order podcast, the podcast that is just too sweet.
Too sweet.
And as always, it's your boy Dougie Fresh, aka Hollywood Trippy.
And of course, your boy Jake Exclusive. And until next time,
We bid you adieu.
we out.
Too sweet.
Too sweet.